As traditional sports like baseball and football struggle with stalling viewership and an aging fan base, a new kind of sport has emerged with huge appeal.
15,000 people all here to watch their favorite players.
20,000 seats sold out.
More than 7 million people will be tuning in. Playing games led me into an entire path into going to school into game development, learning my passion for 3D, getting to the point where I was a technical artist for about 6 to 7 years before I went into education.
My dad went to the University of Arizona. He won a national championship. He was a good D1 basketball player. He got a full ride scholarship to college. Even though I had expectations to be part of like a basketball program, I didn't have fun playing basketball, and I decided to go with a different path, which was Rocket League.
You just make your best friends off what you're passionate about, and for us that's esports. There's just so many teams that you can join as a part of the esport, so there's always going to be a place for you. You'll always be able to make a friend no matter what.
I've been playing video games for a long time. I play that with my dad a lot. With esports, there's been a lot of support from me too, because he grew up playing video games and he still does to this day. So he understands it a lot more, I would say, than most other parents.
I still love basketball to this day. Basketball is my favorite sport. I play it pretty much every week. But esports, it was just different.
You know, we do other things too, like we'll watch movies and hang out. It's just another outlet for us to, bond and through video games.
Knowing that I'm doing something that I'm really passionate about, it definitely helps me have a direction.
Video games are now an officially sanctioned high school sport in Utah.
Do we have to put that in air quotes, athletes?
With 3 teams. What do you mean 3 teams? Because you break down the games.
Now, wait a second. Alex is not an athlete.
No, he is an athlete. He's an e-sport athlete.
Esports is kind of in this weird transition phase of no one knows how to hold on to it and keep it.
I would imagine that they're, just like my parents, there's a lot of people who are confused about esports and why it's entering at such a young age. And some people think it's bad for kids. But it's not bad for people. Esports really builds a strong connection and a strong community.
My parents were a little unsure about it. And then I showed them what I was doing compared to pros. They saw that I was getting good and that I could, try to pursue this.
It's really bringing back a culture that just went into hibernation for a minute. It's touching a slightly different demographic than something like basketball, soccer, all your kind of athletic sports because of the entry cost.
It's a new up-and-coming sport. It's something that never has really been a thing before, but now that it got sanctioned into a real sport, I think it's something that's going to be on the come up and everyone's going to know what it is.
It will grow after the sanctioning of esports, which will allow us to have funding, and we'll be able to take buses of live events.
It's going to have more of a positive impact than a negative one, because your kid is going to learn team building and teamwork and really how to interact with people in person and online.
What I wanted to let the kids know is that there's actually a career in this.
Esports is the gate to IT and CS courses.
The aptitude for esports players translates perfectly into the fields of digital media, 3D graphics, advertising.
I feel like I have been getting better grades with esports because it just makes me want to come to class more. When you put a lot of hard work in, you really just climb up the ranks very fast.
They had this big event, and I knew that big event was going to be a pretty big deal.
I always compete with everything I've ever done. I hate losing.
We really started taking it seriously because we wanted to win. And from that point on, especially for me, it was all about winning. And of course, we didn't win. We got second place, and kind of took a toll on me because that's the whole thing I was focused on. That's all I wanted to do the whole school year. I kind of went away from those two. I didn't really talk to them at all, and I kind of just left.
Where's Corn?
He went home. He was mad. He was mad.
I left right after the trophy ceremony because I was so bummed, and I kept the trophy just to remind myself that you should have done better. I don't think that's going to happen again. I've learned it's not all about winning. This upcoming season, I'm going to focus more on, the relationship with these guys and how I can improve us three as a whole instead of just myself.
Honestly, my goal right now is to win the state championship next year.
Before esports, I didn't really feel like I had anything, but now that I do have it, I feel like I'm doing something that I'm really passionate about and that I really enjoy doing.
There's a bigger opportunity, right? Anybody can pick up a control and play a game. You're not going to maybe be perfect at it, but it's more accessible.
I declare officially the esports game in the state of Utah and the high schools now open.